Let's say, but we do have a quorum. At this time, please observe a moment of silence for retired Sergeant Michael John Kranick, who passed away on June 30th. Thank you. Also, at this time, please observe a moment of silence for Officer Cooper Whiteside, who passed away on July 13th. May you rest in peace. Okay. Next item will be the acceptance of the minutes of the regular board meeting held on June 16th. So any questions, additions, omissions? Hearing none, I entertain a motion to accept those minutes.
So move.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Williams and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? For the record, Commissioner Farrow is with us. We're going to move on to reports. We start off with the chief. Good evening, Chief. You're muted, Chief.
I'm sorry about that. Good
There you
evening.
go.
How's everybody doing?
Good.
Hope you survived the monsoon we had for a while there. Just a couple things to highlight really quickly. I want to start off with our crime stats. At the end of June, we released our second quarter stats. It's the comparison between the first and second quarter of 2026 versus 2025. So reminding everyone that last year, the whole year 2020-25, we had record low numbers in terms of crime reductions. So for the first half of 2026, we've seen a 7% decline in overall Part 1 crimes versus this time last year. So our officers are doing a great job along with our detectives and our special task force officers. Of note, we've seen a decrease of aggravated assaults by 18%. The grand larcenies have gone down by a total of 34%. Unfortunately and sadly, we've had 2 additional homicides versus this time last year. So this time last year, we had 2 homicides. To date now, we've had 4 homicides for 2026. Just of note, 3 of those homicides occurred inside. One was a domestic situation. The other one was within a rooming house, and the other one occurred inside of a after-hour place. And then there was another one. The fourth it started inside of a bar and spilled outside. So that's just a note I wanted to make. A couple of highlights of some things that we have coming up. We're going to be promoting some detectives and a couple more sergeants on August 10th. That will be in the mayor's, it'll be in 999 Broad Street downstairs in conference room A and B. I believe it's going to be at 6 o'clock, but we will put out an announcement with the exact times and the location and everything. So, of course, we would love for all of you to attend. Also, on August 13th, we'll have our award ceremony. It's going to be inside 45 Lion Terrace in the Common Council chambers, followed by a reception in our police memorial after the award ceremony. So that's going to be on August 13th. Again, you guys are all welcome and would love to see you there as well. In terms of our recruiting, Office of Internal Affairs is on here. They'll update you on that. But we have completed or in the process of completing some backgrounds on police applicants. So it's anticipated that we will start another police academy class in the fall, probably September, October. So we are going to have another class, and that just goes in line with the efforts we started back in 2023 to rebuild the police department from the bottom up. And we've been making some really, really good progress. So we'll be having another police class sometime this fall. Just some of the special events that we've covered. We've done the Puerto Rican Day Parade, Juneteenth Parade, Barnum Festival. We've done the St. Patrick's Day, Black Rock Parade. On August 3rd, I believe it is, or 2nd, we will be doing the Dominican Day Parade at Seaside Park. Knock on wood, all of our events have been going pretty good. One of the things I was pleasantly surprised to see is that our parades and fireworks were kind of back to when I first became a police officer. I saw the numbers have upticked significantly with the number of residents coming out and enjoying the parade. So we had some really good times at all of these parades, as well as the fireworks. So that was really good to see, that the attendance in those are really going up. As noted earlier, we sadly lost Officer Cooper Whiteside on July 13th. His memorial service will be this Friday. It will be in Bethel, Connecticut. We will put the location of the church and the times. So if anyone wants to attend, we will be putting that information out. Officer Cooper Whiteside was just shy of 2 years as a member of the Bridgeport Police Department. But if you got to know him, and I got to know him a little bit in that time, not very well, but he was always very respectful, carried himself really well, professional. One of the unique things about Officer Whiteside, he came on a little older, and oftentimes we see officers who come on a little bit older, you see that level of maturity. And so he was a really nice guy, always smiling, always respectful. I saw him at the Puerto Rican Day Parade as I was walking in the parade, and he saluted and was on point doing his job. And he'll be sadly missed. He served the department well. I think that in his short time that he was here with our department and our city, he served as an example for a lot of our other officers, right? If you follow the model, he's an older person. He came to work, showed up to work. He wasn't one of those guys who would take off. When he knew it was his turn to cover a shift on the weekend, he came in and covered his shifts. So he will be really sadly missed, and it's really tragic to see such a young person who was just beginning his career sadly lose his life. And I just say to everyone, life is precious, and we all need to realize that and get the most out of it. And it's better to live in peace and happiness to live in turmoil, and so we should try to minimize the turmoil and discontent and look for the more positive things in life. So I'll conclude with tomorrow night on the 22nd at 7:00. I'll be at the Burroughs Center doing one of my quarterly police community meetings at the Burroughs Center. We'll be sharing crime statistics overall in the city, as well as the Black Rock area, and taking any questions that the residents might have. So that's all I have. If you have any questions for me, please feel free.
Thank you, Chief. I do. With the promotions on the horizon for detectives as well as sergeant, what number is that going to put us at for each position?
So with the sergeants, we will be at what we're budgeted for, at like 52 sergeants. That'll put us at 52 sergeants. With the detectives, when I first put the position request forms in, we were at 10. But since the end of June, we've lost 3 more detectives. But we're only, for this ceremony, allotted 10. But shortly after, I'll be looking to fill those other vacant positions at some point as well. But that will we're allotted for 50 detectives. So that'll put us close to the number that we're allotted for. So we'll be at 52 sergeants, and we'll be just shy of the 50 detective positions that we are allotted for. And we were also we've been working on this for the last year. I know civil service is going to be announcing a captain's exam as well as a lieutenant's exam in the near future, as well as we're looking to fill 2 open assistant chiefs positions as well. So we're trying to we've gotten to a point where we've built up enough in the patrolman ranks where we can start to build up some of the supervisory ranks to keep pace. So as you can see, off this current sergeant's list, we're up to close to, in the 2 years that this list is active, close to 24 or 25 people we will have promoted to the rank of sergeants. And we're just beginning on the promotions to the detectives.
Any other questions for the chief? Commissioners? No. Okay, well, thank you, Chief.
Thanks, Chief.
Appreciate
All right,
your
thank
time.
you for having me. Good evening, everyone. Have a good evening.
Okay, We have, I don't believe we have anybody here from the union. So we'll move on to Internal Affairs. Lieutenant Rosen, you have anything for us?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Commissioner, for having me tonight. Just beyond 5:30 p.m. today, I emailed each of the commissioners the quarterly report for 2026, which is the first half of the year. So I'd just like to present some of the numbers, where we are, where we stand on the year, and then take any questions if you have any. So on the year, we launched 169 total investigations. Of those, 61 of them were formal citizens' complaints, which fall under the Board of Police Commissioners and the Barrows Decree. Looking back historically, the numbers are pretty consistent. We're at 61 this year. I look back over the last 6 and 7 years. Consistently at this point, we're in the 60s, anywhere from that 61 to 69. So right where we need to be. Good news is there's no patterns or trends of misconduct that need to be addressed head on right now. There are no alerts on the year. An alert in our early warning system is 3 complaints on any specific officer in a 6-month period. So we don't have any of those, which is good. As the chief touched on earlier, we are in the process of going through 42 entry-level background investigations for police officers. We had a successful orientation on July 11th. We're looking at a completion date no later than September 11th. For our end to be completed from Internal Affairs. Then they'll go in the hands of the Civil Service Director, and they'll determine who gets hired. And then finally, there'll be a final letters going out to them, the conditional offers, and then a medical. So as the chief says, it looks like it's going to be in the fall. If I had to guess, it'd be that first, second week of October is a pretty safe date to start that next group of the academy class. As far as some of the other investigations and backgrounds we completed, for Chief Edwards, we did complete all the firefighter background investigations. We completed 34 of those. And then following the police, we're going to be jumping into the emergency operator center, the dispatchers, and then detention officers as well. Obviously, a big workload with the backgrounds. We did a little research over the last 4 years. We completed nearly 800 background investigations. So it just goes to the testament of the hard work of the investigators in IA, doing everything they could to ensure that they're hiring the best of the best for the city of Bridgeport, and they are definitely doing that. Currently, staffing-wise, it remains the same as the last quarter. Currently, 5 investigators, 4 sergeants, 1 detective we have. I'm happy to say that all of our investigators now have went through formal training in conducting proper investigations. They all went through the Daigle Law Group investigative class. Sergeant Carter was the final one to finish up. He finished that last week. And then I'm constantly encouraging any investigator in our group. I'll push them through for any training they wish, and we're trying to push a couple more through in the fall. Other than that, status quo, we're up to 9 chief's internal investigations. 3 of those are suicide attempts and booking. The booking facility, the staff and the sergeant up there did an excellent job jumping in, taking care of business. There are 0 pending second step hearings that we need. We completed 2 Barrows hearings at the beginning of this year, and I anticipate 2 more coming up. We're in the process of finishing 2 investigations that fall under citizens' complaints, which we will have sustained charges for. So probably the next meeting I'll jump on and we can lock down a date that works for all of you guys. Other than that, that's all I have for the report. If there's any questions on the report after you review it, you all have my email, my phone number. I'm available to you guys 24/7.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
Lieutenant, thank you. Any questions right now for the lieutenant, or are we good?
No good.
Okay, I'm good.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Lieutenant.
commissioners. Take care.
For now. And for the record, Commissioner Lyons is now with us. And we're going to move on to the clerk's report. Lieutenant Lyons.
Hello, everyone. I am just looking to schedule another tow committee meeting. You'll meet Sergeant Paul Carey, who's going to be the liaison for the police department for the tow companies. And so it was requested we schedule another tow committee meeting so that he can officially meet all the tow companies and we can start exchanging information, everything like that, to solve some of the problems you guys are hearing about on almost a weekly basis.
Okay, no, sounds good. And with that, we can move on to new business. And the first and only item on the new business is Sergeant Paul Carey introducing himself as as a liaison that Lieutenant Lyons just mentioned. So Sergeant, I'll turn it over to you, sir.
Hey, thank you, Commissioner. Hello, everyone. Yeah, I just wanted to take a few minutes to introduce myself, Sergeant Paul Carey. I was appointed tow liaison with Chief Porter. I guess we haven't had one in quite a while. So, over this past summer, I'm also the East Side Sector Sergeant on our day shift. And just on that day shift alone, we currently towed well over 350 cars. So we're doing as best as we can. We're trying to clean up the city as best as possible. And I kind of took it personal to try to clean up, especially the east side. I mean, we got to clean up the whole city, but the east side had a really high volume of abandoned cars, junk cars, unregistered. So, the guys are doing a great job, everybody that we have. We currently have a tow detail, the chief appointed. 3 days a week, we get 2 officers, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, specifically just for the tow detail. So I'll take it upon myself. I spearhead that. And like I said, I just wanted to take a moment to meet you guys. That way, if anybody has any questions, I do plan on, attending the support stat sheets, statistics, how many tows we got. So that way everybody's up to date on what we're doing and how things are going throughout the city. So I look forward to working with you all.
Thank you.
That's appreciated, and Sergeant, and welcome aboard. Like you mentioned, it's been quite a long time since we've had someone serving in that capacity. So it's certainly appreciated. And the tow committee, for your information, is 3 members of this board, and it's headed by Commissioner Williams, and also Commissioner Martinez and Commissioner Ferguson serve on it as well. So I'm sure you'll be working with them.
Excellent. Okay.
And we're looking forward to
Yes, I look
the
forward to
monthly
it.
reports. It's great.
Thank you.
Does anybody have any questions for the
Absolutely. I
sergeant?
look forward to you guys.
No, Sergeant Carey, Commissioner Martinez here. I've heard great things about you, so I look forward to working with you, brother.
I appreciate that. Same here as well.
Thank you.
Likewise, I just wanted to say that I think we should meet before we actually meet with the tow companies. So Sergeant, if
Okay,
you can
yeah.
give us a date, and then we can probably meet that week before or the week of, before we
Okay.
meet with them, so that you can be briefed on some of the concerns that they had, if you haven't already received those concerns.
Absolutely. Lieutenant Lyons kind of brought me up to date with some paperwork and the rules and the guidelines. I kind of knew some, but I've been reading them, getting up on the things. But yes, obviously getting a hold of all the concerns ahead of time before we go in front of them would be great. Excellent.
Yes,
Awesome.
thank you.
Perfect.
Thank you, thank you, Sergeant.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Sergeant.
Thank you for accepting the position.
Absolutely.
Okay, moving on, we have nothing under old business correspondence, letters of appreciation, or widow pension business. So we have a few items from the city traffic engineer, and they all are requesting approval. If you look down at the items, there are several handicap parking sign requests that have passed the test. And the first item, removing 15-minute parking signs on the westerly side of Beechview Avenue. The purpose of that was to allow employees of a business located there the opportunity to park, and it's not necessarily a crowded street parking wise. So that certainly seems okay. And the last item is to install no parking here to corner signs on Madison and Harlem, which is a visibility issue at that intersection. And it appears that there's ample parking in that direct area as well. So does anybody have any questions about the traffic matters?
I move that we combine and approve the request of the city engineer.
Okay, there's a
Second.
motion. There's a motion's been made and seconded to combine and accept the request of the city traffic engineer to approve those. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Okay, they have been approved. And we have nothing under the city traffic engineers list of items not to approve. So unless we have, does anybody have anything else?
Happy birthday to you, Danny.
Oh, geez,
Happy
yeah.
birthday.
Oh, happy
Oh,
birthday.
thank you. Thanks. I hit,
Happy birthday.
I hit retirement age.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
It's a modern day miracle for crying out loud.
Uh,
But anyway, appreciate that. Thank you, Hector.
Not a problem.
Unless there's anything else, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, any opposed? All right. Sergeant, welcome aboard again. Thank you, Lieutenant.
you.
Thank you, Dolores. Thank you,
Thank
folks.
you.
Thank
Thanks,
you, everyone.
Have a good
Have
evening.
All
great
right.
day.
Good night, all.
Thank you, guys.